Well, we don't know how we're going to top the last one, but we're going to try as we are back courtside for the final match on day number 2 of our third NVA event of the regular season. I'm Ira Thor. He's coach, two-time All-American Matt Prosser, and, well, guess what? We have two teams looking for their first win of the year. Somebody has to win today because there's no ties in volleyball. As the Chicago Untouchables 0-4 on the year with 3 5-set defeats take on the expansion Seattle Sasquatch. For Chicago, they've been so close so many times, Matt.
Yep.
Maybe this is the day where they finally get over the hump.
I think today is the day for the Untouchables. It's really up to them if they want to leave day 2 with a victory here. They didn't play yesterday, so they're fresh. Both of these teams didn't play yesterday. It was a travel day for them, and so they've been looking forward to this match. Both teams, like you said, looking for that first victory of the season. Sasquatch having some struggles. Chicago Untouchables have been close, and really I think they can get to the finish line today.
Yeah, for the Chicago Untouchables, again, they're still a quality team. They just have not been able to find a way to get W's. It's as simple as that. They have been right there 3 times and just haven't been able to finish the job. Seattle, well, you mentioned in the pregame show today, still trying to find its identity. And they will do so with a lineup that we will determine in a moment. We'll give you Chicago's starting lineup as well. And also Noah Chast, the third member of our team, will be talking to the coaches on the sideline as we start the first set. For Chicago out there, setting today will be number 20, Noah Richetti. He'll be sending the balls on the outside to Will Ragland, number 13. And Juan Coates, number 15. The right side will be Austin Neese, number 21. Zachar Pasha is one middle, wearing number 3. Jacob Estema is the other middle, number 14. And Coach Jordan Robinson, he's a libero, wearing number 16 for Chicago. For Seattle, their lineup is still being determined, and we will let you know who's out there once that is, once they hit the floor, because they weren't ready to share that information at
Top
match
secret
time.
information, but
It was top secret. We don't have proper CIA clearance. We will see the debut today, I believe, of Austin Schumacher. He wears number 12 out there. We'll
Along
see the
with the
return
setter,
of Jacob Tinnatal, number 5. Cody McCracken, who probably should be playing for Colorado, but he plays for Seattle. He wears number 6. He's out there. The libero today will be number 4, Damian Higashi. Also on the court is Colin Bailey, number 16. And number 7,
Peterson Silva,
who has certainly shouldered some offensive workload this year. Robert Huang has the hands. New addition to the Seattle team. We don't have a lot of information on Robert, but he will have the hands today. For the Sasquatch, they are 0-4. They've been largely non-competitive so far. We'll see if that changes today. As we're underway, Seattle with the first serve, blocked back. And Austin Neese with a useful spot to get the Untouchables on the board.
Well, nice work by the Sasquatch to slow down that quick attack on the first play, but Austin Neese with a very well-placed tip over the block.
Laying out for that one, Schumacher. Huang brings it back and dumped over by Higashi. Chance for Chicago to score in transition here, and Ragland comes through.
Well, I think the key to the Chicago victory possibilities will be number 13 in white, Will Ragland. He's a bit of their spark plug, kind of the guy that on-court personality really is able to get the best out of his teammates, and he's going to have to produce for them today as well if they want to get the victory.
And Schumacher puts Seattle on board for the first time. Schumacher misses long, 3-1 Chicago.
Sasquatch in a really good rotation here. Peterson, Silva, Tinatali, and McCracken all in the front row, kind of their three best hitters. Should expect to see them side out here if they can get the pass on their side, which
Ragland destroys the over ball after the tough serve from Juan Cotes. Ragland coming through, and he's certainly capable of shouldering a heavy load for Chicago in this one. Not as heavy of a load, though, as what we saw in our last match, because Felix Chapman, in a 3-2 victory over the Southern Exposure for the Dallas Tornadoes, put on a clinic for the ages in the NVA, an all-time league record 36 kills on 75 swings. Just superhuman effort by Felix Chapman. We may never see anything like that again.
Well, you actually can see it as much as you want because it's archived on YouTube, so you can watch it whenever,
watch it
as
again,
much
just
as
make
you
sure
want.
it actually happened. It got to a point where Nick England and I ran out of adjectives to describe just the awe of Felix Chapman single-handedly carrying Dallas to victory, and that is no disrespect to any of the other guys on the team, but Chapman dismantled any chance for Southern Exposure to win. That blocked back. Ragland swinging down.
Watch out below. Will Ragland, with no regard to the block, just blasting it right past Bailey into the angle and denting the floorboards that time, Ira.
Will Ragland just doesn't care about your feelings as he puts that one away. Another kill in the service coming up from Jacob Estema. That's blocked back. It'll fall in for Pasha. The Grandview University product with the stuff for Chicago as they grab a 6-2 lead.
Zachar Pasha using some of that experience. One of the veterans here on the Untouchables side, reading the offense from Seattle and getting his first block of the match.
That'll come over on one, and Ragland, the meatball just couldn't land on the plate. Well, Ragland is not shy of talking a little smack out there, and I think he's talking to himself right now. He knew that was a golden opportunity. Side out for Seattle. Wow. And that comes right back as that one lands in the Salton Sea. Or Ricchetti will serve. On the back row, that never went over on the bid from Austin Schumacher, who is a product of UC San Diego. He's out of Grass Valley, California. 31 years old. Schumacher, that comes over on one. The passing for Seattle has been lackluster so far, and Ragland tools the block as that one sails over the head of chair umpire Elvin Otley. And Seattle gonna chat about this one. They trail 9-3. The Untouchables trying to get in the win column for the first time. More to come when we return. Back here courtside, Ira Thor joined alongside Matt Prosser. Our final match of day number 2. We have 4 matches on tab tomorrow. We'll tell you more about that as this one progresses. As we play a Saturday, Sunday, Monday format this weekend, and another stuff as Chicago puts it away. Austin Neese, Zachar Pasha, the Stuff tandem. And the lead grows to 7, and we've barely begun. And that clips the antenna. The train keeps rolling Chicago's way.
Sasquatch not helping their cause, really. They've got to take care of that first contact pass. The surface pressure from the Untouchables is really proving to have that be a difficult task for Sasquatch so far.
Freed over by Seattle. Chicago looks to continue on. Neese with a useful spot in front of the sprawling Schumacher. Well, the last time out for Chicago, they took on the Inland Empire Matadors on May 8th during our Mother's Day second event of the year. Chicago had a 2-0 lead in that, a 2-1 lead in that match, I should say, before they fell in 5 sets. They've also lost in 5 sets this year in their other matchups, actually losing a heartbreaker to the Tyrants. They had the Tyrants beat, and lost 15-13 in the 4th set. Also lost in 5 to the LA Blaze in a great match that was their first outing of the year back on April 9th. The only non-5 setter was what now looks like not such a bad loss, as they fell in 3 to New Jersey Freedom. Freedom's the only unbeaten team left in the league right now at 6-0. They're back on May 7th, so again, this is a good Chicago team. They just haven't been able to find answers in key moments. Will Ragland down the line, and that one can't find the court.
Yeah, Nagashi doing a nice job on that line defense, realizing that as that ball came off the tape, it was going to be wide, so no surprises there. And Sasquatch scores the point off that hitting error from Will Ragland.
And Pasha with the paw.
Zachar Pasha doing a nice job for the Untouchables offensively here, but also defensively, scoring points on both sides of the ball.
Ragland and company lead 13-5. Better pass from Seattle. And Silva misfires.
A 9-point advantage for the Untouchables here. Set number 1 is officially gotten away from the Sasquatch right out of the gates.
Roll shot by Schumacher. Chicago runs it down. And a little tight, though, on the set by Ragland. He's an outside hitter, not a setter. We'll forgive him. Put away by the Untouchables as Juan Cotes out of Manatí, Puerto Rico. He will turn 31 years old during our 4th event of the year on Father's Day weekend, or the day after it concludes, I should say, June 20th. And that is a tool of the block by Tinatali. By the way, and this should be no surprise to anybody, but after the 36-kill performance by Felix Chapman earlier today, he has skyrocketed into the lead for the best score in the NVA, and it's not even close right now, averaging 5.89 points per set, taking the lead away from New Jersey's Joe Norman. The greatest individual professional effort I've ever seen. Meanwhile, the antenna is broken, and our hard-working crew of Patrick Bradley and line judge Justin Baker, and Ty Boyd. Ty Boyd's doing the hard work. Give the man his credit. And Neese That ball is long.
A little bit of a lull here from the Untouchables after a couple of hitting errors and giving a few points to the Sasquatch side and seeing if Seattle can create some momentum and continue this now.
Right into the waiting basket of Schumacher, and then cross court to Natali with a nice spot. Here is Huang to serve. And he lands the ace for the Sasquatch.
We're going to see our first challenge of the match, Ira.
We're going to challenge it. In or out? Out or in? This is why we have a challenge system, and we will see if it makes a difference. Southern Exposure had a bad challenge in the 5th set. They only get one challenge once you get to the 5th, and they used it at the wrong time, and ultimately they couldn't use it later when it could have turned the tide late in the 5th set. Decision might have ultimately cost them the match. But in the first 4 sets, you get 3 challenges. If you are correct, you don't lose it, you keep it, you get to use it again. If you're wrong, well, like your credit score, it goes down. Andrew Lee, the head coach for Chicago's over there with Kai Duquem. Kai, the other libero, him and Jordan Robinson are both collegiate coaches. Jordan is the head coach of the women's program at New Jersey City University, where Kai used to be an assistant coach. He's now an assistant for the men and women at D1 Long Island University in Brooklyn. And they know when the ball's in or out. They're coaches. They see things.
They see things.
They see things. And the ball was not in, and the ace is wiped off the board. And Schumacher collision with the net. And Chicago, after the reversal on the one challenge by Chicago, and that blocking error there, have a 17-10 lead. And remember when Andrew Lee couldn't win a challenge? The first event of the year.
Vaguely, I do.
He was like 0 for 90 in challenges. He used more and lost more than any challenge coach of all time. And since then, he's figured it out.
Well, it's a learned skill, you know. It's relatively new to the strategies involved when you're coaching professional men's volleyball and have the challenge system at will. And, you know, it's a little bit of a learning curve. So.
No, he's becoming an expert at using them now. And he's certainly no Justin Beaumont. He doesn't challenge the wrong times. And speaking of the right times, there's Jacob Astema with another blast in the middle, and he's very quietly become a focal point of that middle attack. Out of Trinity Christian College, he's one of the youngest players in the league. He's only 21 years old. In fact, he won't be 22 until after the regular season ends in mid-July. Can't even rent a car. He has to be driven to these events, probably by Coach Andrew Lee. And return fire, McCracken.
Now McCracken, when he gets that set in his window, he can terminate, and that time going wrist away, bouncing that ball in front of the untouchable libero.
Native of Port Angeles, Washington, Wells College product. He'll drop back to serve. as he shows his offensive capabilities. Free ball here for Seattle, looking for 2 in a row. Deep poke by Silva, no. And blocked back, Silva was waiting for it. Ricchetti shut down. Now the Sasquatch have whittled it away a little bit, still in the hole, 18-13. Better pass and the perfect placement there by Austin Neese. Patrick Bradley having a conversation with Seattle coach Jared Walters. And they are challenging something. It has not been communicated to us, and it's not immediately obvious. Is it obvious to you, Matt?
No, Ira, I'm trying to find out what exactly they are challenging. I think they thought that an untouchable hit the net before the play.
That was the only logical thing to challenge at this point because the ball was definitely in.
And they are challenging a net violation that was not called.
So if that did indeed happen, then that ends up being a tremendous piece of vision there from Jared Walters to listen to his players and identify that, hey, there may have been a violation against Chicago. We'll find out as this one heads to the replay booth. So as we have this break in the action, let's take a look at the schedule for Memorial Day. It's our only Monday we play all year. As Memorial Day weekend, we have the Saturday, Sunday, Monday format rather than Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We'll start the day with Nick England and I on the air 9 a.m. Pacific time when the same Untouchables on short rest. This is not a favorable schedule.
No, it's not.
For Chicago, as they will take on Southern Exposure, who they're going to be a little gassed themselves after losing in 5 to Dallas. Meanwhile, Seattle will have a little bit more time to rest. They'll play the 12 o'clock match when they take on the equally gassed Dallas Tornadoes. That'll be Nick and Matt on the call. 3 p.m. will be my swan song appearance of the weekend as the Colorado Kraken look to solve the riddle of the Las Vegas Ramblers. Matt and I will call that one, and then I get on a red eye and fly back to New Jersey. It's a glorious place you should all visit. 6 p.m. it'll be Nick riding solo because the LA Blaze are playing the Stunners, and Matt will be coaching. So unless Nick gets a friend to join him, he'll be doing that solo, and I'll be watching from LAX. And the challenge is won by Seattle, so I was wrong. And Jared Walters, a timely challenge to give Seattle the point. Credit to him for picking that up. And the Sasquatch reversed the scoreboard down to 18-14, so back in it, but not for long. Oh, Jacob Astema with the blitz. Seattle tries to get it back, and that is put away. Kill by Bailey out of Marysville, Washington. He's also one of the younger players in the league. He just turned 22 back in February. Well, Ragland with a useful spot, laying out with Schumacher, but Ragland with a perfect placement there back into deep zone 6.
That was perfect placement by Ragland. Really had to reach up high for that one to go over the Sasquatch block, but found the defender for the point.
So Chicago gets to 20. They lead by 5. Off the tape, run down by Schumacher. Silva swinging. Actually, I take it back. Tinatali swinging, and he leaves it short.
Yeah, the connection between Huang and Tinatali that time, not quite there, as Tinatali took off a little bit too far behind the 3-meter line and couldn't get that ball over the net.
So 21 for the Untouchables, and that's left short. And here's Peterson Silva.
Nice set from way off the net.
Austin Neese coming through. Well, the Chicago Untouchables have only won the first set once in their first 4 matches of the year. That was a 25-18 win. Actually, I stand corrected. I'm reading this backwards. The LA Blaze won that set. That means, well, that Chicago Untouchables have not won a first set this year. And they are looking to change that here. That was actually a great match looking back now that we know how good the LA Blaze are. 2 of those sets went to extra points, including a 34-32 game. And that will fall in as Zakir Pasha able to find the useful spot. That gives it a 23-17 lead. He'll drop back to serve. Too deep for Pasha.
Back-to-back service errors from the Untouchables here, especially at this point of set number 1. They're just kind of giving free points over to Sasquatch and letting them get some momentum that might be carried over into set 2.
Robert Hong is looking for a ball, and then he'll serve it away. (23-18). Blocked back by Schumacher. Then Austin Neese tries to unload. From the back row, it's Silva. Good defense by Jordan Robinson. And then Will Ragland smacks it.
Now, nice defense from both teams that time in that rally. A couple guys with a one-handed diving stabs to save the ball. And Will Ragland out of the back row in transition finds the floor for that point. Set
and
point now.
He's serving for the set. That'll wait for a moment. Schumacher serving for Seattle. And that is too long. That gives Chicago, for the first time this year, a Game 1 victory as they take it 25-19, and they lead 1-0. More to come here in San Bernardino. Untouchables looking for their first win of the year. They're on their way. Back here at the Pierce Sports Center, our final match of the day. Chicago looking to end its struggles. The struggle bus is finally in a nice parking spot. They hope to never get on it again.
Hey,
because
not yet.
the Untouchables were dominant in game number 1.
Just because it was one game, this match, it's 3 out of 5 for a reason, Ira.
Well, I said hope not to get on it.
It is
parked
the battle
nicely.
of the unwinnables
It
at
is
the moment.
a legal parking spot. They hope to leave it there and let it rust.
They want to abandon
They want
that
to abandon
struggle
the
bus.
struggle bus under a bridge and let the Red Hot Chili Peppers sing about it when I see them in concert at MetLife Stadium in mid-August.
Ooh.
For tickets that I paid way too much money for.
I hope they're close to the stage.
I am not as close to the stage as I should be for $250 a seat. Oof. Gouging me. Gouging me, Matt Prosser. However, if you are at the show, which I highly doubt anybody will be, on August 17th, there will be a tailgate for all time.
Tailgating before Red Hot Chili
Before,
Peppers.
during, and
Wow.
after. Those little bottles, they get snuck in very easily if you stick them in your socks. Hopefully nobody from MetLife Security is listening
Don't you
to
work?
this.
Don't you work at that building? And you still had to pay
Quiet.
for the tickets?
Quiet. Don't tell my secrets.
Do you know people?
I do know people, but I'm keeping that to myself.
You're a VIP.
I know Jordan Robinson can play some D as he gets that one up as we are underway. Game 2. Ira and Matt, Chicago and Seattle. Noah's here too. He'll tell us a story later. Maybe not. You have any stories for us, Noah? You got any news you want to share with us? Or are you just going to sit there and, you know, get some relaxation in?
Hey, cut him some slack.
For now, I'm
Noah's been
sitting.
working hard all day.
He is working his tail off. But you know what, though? He's younger than all of us, so he should have the energy. Maybe not Austin Neese bombs away energy, but Noah is carrying a heavy workload right now. He is certainly in overtime.
Saving my energy for the broadcaster beach volleyball game.
I can't wait for that. Let's get that going. It's me and Matt, the 40-somethings, against Nick and Noah, the N&N combination.
Let's go. Say win.
I
What's
know
on the
you-
line?
I know your weak spots. Speed. Actually, what am I talking about? I know speed left. That will be during event number 5. I will bring my my beach stuff. Two to 1. Seattle has the early lead here. Here's McCracken to serve. Short. Yeah, so
It should be known that match won't be televised.
Why?
Because
That would be such a
the
great
equipment-
opportunity.
The equipment can't be transported outdoors. It's all
my
it's
God.
indoor-only equipment.
Will Ragland
Perhaps we can get a
on
live stream on
play-by-play.
Twitch or, Instagram Live or something like that for proof.
I don't know. I'm thinking Will Ragland on play-by-play, and he could be joined alongside, oh, God, who would be the most appropriate for the color spot? I mean, Justin Beaumont, owner of New Jersey. That would add color to the color spot, as that is off the block and goes long for the kill for Chicago, and that will have Jacob Estema drop back to serve.
Could do Beaumont and Nick West.
Oh, my God. How did I forget Nick? That is ideal. Nick will bring it to an IQ level we've never seen in this league on the broadcasting. I still have to go back and watch what Nick did on our social feeds. His homage to the challenge system, I hear, is epic.
The history of the challenge system is a very nicely produced segment by Mr. Nick West.
I believe he was also involved with our net chess segment.
He was, in fact,
The
yes.
special effects there were almost as good as Godzilla.
The original Godzilla?
The original Godzilla. It was vaguely familiar.
I think that's what he was going for, actually.
It was
An
an
homage.
artistic gem from Japanese cinema of the 40s, as that is also a tool of the block. And the Untouchables, well, they're getting the points they need here. 5-2 they lead. And Stemma continues to serve. I don't think any of our younger audience remembers the brilliance as that falls in. Double block by Rachetti and Zakir Pasha.
Now, so far, the Untouchables doing a nice job starting out set number 2, just as they played through set number 1. Off to a good 4-point lead now.
Yeah, I'd be impressed if any of our younger audience has seen the original Godzillas.
I have not, but that block and that play right there was a little more brilliant in my mind.
No Rachetti makes Seattle pay for that overball. The lead swells to 7-2. And Seattle, they got to get this together. They're going to have a conversation. We'll take a break. Let them recompose themselves back here for more. Ira Thor, Matt Prosser, Godzilla, and Mothra, all on hand here in San Bernardino as Chicago Untouchables running away with Game 2 after taking Game 1 25-19. And Jacob Estema will continue to serve. Peterson Silva elevates, but he can't keep it on the court. He's bailed out by a blocking error from Chicago. And that will allow Jacob Timatelli to serve. Robinson and his stash layout for that one, and then another tool of the block, Will Ragland.
Will Ragland's a little unassuming in terms of the strength that he can generate from that right shoulder of his. Gets some of the most explosive attacks off the block that we see in the NVA.
Chicago native, attended Eastern Mennonite University, did Will Ragland. And that is a tool to block for Peterson Silva. However, no, he didn't clip him on the way down. Oh, the ball never lies. And a triple block for the Untouchables. Nice, Ragland, and Pasha. That clips off the tape. Ragland tries to poke it free. And Timotali's swinging away. Untouchables on a broken play. Nice too long.
Well, Patrick Gallahan has been inserted into the lineup for Sasquatch. Came in after that timeout. Number 10 in black, the middle blocker, doing a nice job offensively, but that time his presence as a net forces the Untouchables to hit that ball out of bounds.
We called NC Gallahan sweep in. Silver Spring, Maryland native. He's University of Maryland grad, the former Terp. His alma mater will play Cornell tomorrow for the men's lacrosse national championship. The Terps trying to go unbeaten. I think it'll be the first team in 15 years to do so if they pull this off. Austin Nice, IPFW grad, puts that away.
Nice, the former Mastodon.
One of the better mascots out there. It's not a Gaucho, though. The Gauchos, they're a mascot all by themselves.
I don't know, you said the Purple Eagles from Elmira College today. That
my favorite
and
mascot
also the
of
Trolls.
all time is actually the UC Santa Cruz Banana Slugs.
Yes. That native of the Santa Cruz area. My sister actually went to UC Santa Cruz, and the banana slug is a real thing.
They walk across campus. Is there a banana slug crossing?
Multiple, actually.
And one is long. I remember when UC Santa Cruz came east, played SUNY New Paltz in the D3 National Championship match in Union, New Jersey. It was like 2016 or 17. years not immediately coming to mind right
They
now.
all blend
but
together when you're as old as you are, right?
yeah, that's just how it works at this point. But I was able to pull out, my favorite volleyball catchphrase, the slug it.
That's your favorite volleyball catchphrase?
No, it's not even close, but it felt good at the moment. That was won by New Paltz, by the way.
I'm sure that was a battle. Remember the scores?
I don't, but the Hawks with a dominant win that day. A lot of quality volleyball.
You know how those Hawks love to eat banana slugs in the Santa Cruz
Yeah,
area.
they are predators, aren't they? And there's a predatory attack from Zakir Pasha as Chicago elevates the lead 13-6. As they will complete a substitution. They had Justin Mormo came in for a second. And here's Zakir Pasha to serve. That set not even in Timatali's wheelhouse. Chicago, can they capitalize? They do as Nice bombs it down the line. Higashi can't do anything about it. There's a lot of very good volleyball being played in this country at schools that aren't on television all the time. Obviously, Springfield College in Massachusetts, Carthage in Wisconsin, two of the better known ones, as Carthage just won another national title this year, beating Springfield in the final, and Estema shuts this down. Nice is there too, but that is mostly the work of the 6'7" middle out of another small school, Trinity Christian, in the Illinois area. And another substitution here for Seattle. Ramon Jackson will check in. He's out of Charlotte, North Carolina, and he attended Air Force. They don't have a varsity program, but he can play the game, of course. And just more of the same here, this time Juan Cotes. It is 16-6. Reach out and stuff someone. An Estema special.
That was a big one right there. I couldn't have said it any better myself. Estema giving that guy a quick stuffing right there.
And that is left short. 17-7. Still very much an untouchable lead. Oh, Will Ragland doing really bad things. I think the Chicago Untouchables want to win today.
I think they do.
Yeah, I'm tired of losing.
I'm tired of riding that special loser's bus.
Tinatali able to find it cross court. Tough angle for him. Here's the problem, however, for the Untouchables. The Untouchables cannot take another loss the rest of the year as Rachetti pulls the ollie, dumps it. The Untouchables, if they win this match, will be 1-4. Even with a win today, they will be behind both the Stunners and the Blaze for that last seed in the NVA playoffs. Right now, New Jersey Freedom is running away with the National Coastal Division. They are 6-0, only unbeaten team left in the NVA. Matt Prosser's OC Stunners, the defending champions, are 3-2. They could win tomorrow and improve to 4-2, but still be 2 games behind New Jersey. The Sasquatch with a loss today would be pretty much out of any playoff consideration at 0-5. In the National Central, the Tyrants are 5-1. Their only loss came to New Jersey. The LA Blaze play tomorrow. They're 3-2. If they lose tomorrow and the Untouchables win, and that's possible because the Blaze are playing the Stunners, the Untouchables are playing Southern Exposure, who is, talk about the struggle bus. They might be the new occupants of it at this point. Well, if the Untouchables win both matches this weekend and the Blaze lose, then Chicago's right back in the playoff conversation, only a game behind.
Yeah. They could play themselves right back into the playoff picture, Ira. I think that's what you're trying to get to, right?
I'm just trying to paint the entire picture, as that is put away probably the best attack of the match for Seattle and company. Gallahan, the winner. That's the full picture right now. Each division winner is in. And then the top 2 remaining teams from each conference get the wild card, aka the at-large spots.
Now thinking about the Freedom and Stunners playing each other on the last weekend of the regular season, theoretically could provide the first place finisher in that National Coastal.
Depends if New Jersey
division.
takes any chinks to the armor the rest of the season, as that pass pulled the set of Robert Huang into the net. And the lead rose to 23-10. This might be one of the biggest beatings in a set we've ever seen. New Jersey is going to have some struggles next event because they're missing 3 big pieces. And that'll be sent over here by Nice. Silva swinging away. Jordan Robinson a little tight to the net. And it's going to be a back row attacker. Pass by Robinson for Seattle, or Chicago's Noah Ricchetti to go above the tape. Yeah, so the next match for New Jersey will be against the LA Blaze. The Blaze are a much improved ball club. This is the best start ever for New Jersey. They were 5-0 last year, 6-0 now. Maybe the Blaze will be the team to tame them. Ragland with the left-handed attack. And this will be a car crash on the court. Badly miscommunicated there between Tinatali and Damian Higashi. He's the lib. He's got to take that. He's got to take ownership. Set points and a whole bag of them for Chicago and Will Ragland. And he left a little fire out there, but plenty more set points coming up. Good serve. But it's over as Austin Peace out by Austin Nice. 25-12, a dominant win for the Chicago Untouchables in Game 2. More growing pains for Seattle. Can set number 3 change the conversation? Find out when we come back to the Pierce Sports Center. Courtside here in San Bernardino, Chicago has, well, clicking on all cylinders right now. 25-19, and then to be fair, it was a absolute. They just blitzed Seattle off the court. I mean, I can't find an adjective that adequately describes how much Chicago dominated that second set. 25-12. That was a thrashing, I think is the fairest way to say that. And for Seattle, again, growing pains, they're an expansion team. They got to figure this out quickly right here, because I know the Untouchables came in and they've been in every match with the exception of New Jersey, but this has been all Chicago. Seattle has had no answers.
They really have not had any answers for the Untouchables. They've got to figure it out, and they're starting to run short on time, Ira.
Yes, they are. And, you know, Colorado has shown, the Kraken have shown that you can be competitive as a expansion organization. And Seattle has to kind of look at them and also kind of look at the Dallas Tornadoes, because they've been able to build something pretty quickly down there, right? That's who Seattle kind of has to look at for long-term growth, franchises that they would like to emulate. And that is shut down. Zachar Pasha pounds it and then knocks out his teammate Austin Neese with a finger to the eye.
Collateral damage after that stuff down from Pasha.
I don't know if anybody caught that during the high-five celebration. Austin is worse for wear. Silva, Robinson pops this nicely up. It's gonna pop off of everything, including the sun, and Will Ragland is gonna bounce it over. Dug up again by Jordan Robinson. And Neese, the no-look, gotcha. Crafty, Austin, crafty.
Sneaking it through the block for that point.
He looked cross court, went line. Don't follow the eyes, follow the arm. And follow the stuff. Neese and Pasha and Chicago on top 4-0.
Feels like deja vu all over again. 3 straight sets where Untouchables have come out of the gates super fast and built up a nice little advantage.
Too long there. No Ricchetti. Went for the back corner. And this will be the Seattle side out. They will go to the bench. And here is Benjamin Harmon, listed as the libero. He's out of Nooksack, Washington. He is 35 years old. July 1986.
That was a good year, 1986.
1986 was a great year, because that's the year the New York Mets last won a World Series. That will change this year when they win. You've heard it here first. And Austin Neese gets another one. That puts him close to double figures in kills. He had 7 through the first 2 sets. Will Ragland had 9. Ragland and Neese, probably our favorites for man of the match. Can't discount Zachar Pasha, though. 3 kills and 3 swings, a number of blocks. And he's been a menace at the net. Peterson Silva was able to smack that through, though, for Seattle side out. Colton Bailey is the only Sasquatch player who through 2 sets had a positive plus-minus ratio. Here's Cody McCracken. Too long. As the lead is now 6-3 Chicago. Clips the net. Higashi able to get a hand on that. And Peterson Silva, but that is short. Trying to sneak it through the block and got all net. And we'll see if the Untouchables can go on a little bit of a run here. And Zachar Pasha goes back to serve. time Silva gets the touch. Here's Tim Talley, nearly a foot fault. And that one well wide. Peterson Silva gets a chance to swing away and starting to rack up some kills. Try to see if Seattle can be more competitive here in game 3. They've been able to whittle this down to 8-5.
Well, unfortunately for Sasquatch, Silva now goes to the back row.
That one block back. Bailey and Huang with the block for Seattle. Austin Neese swinging away. Stutter step attack here. And this one, Will Ragland will finish after Harmon couldn't put it down. Harmon again, a roll shot, block back. Harmon there to at least get a piece of it. And Silva misses that one badly. Not sure what he was aiming for there. I thought he was initially going to go deep into zone 1. And, well, that's not the outcome he desired. 10-6 Chicago. And that is stuff. No. I was wrong. Tinatelli was able to get that one to fall off of the block. Why try to stand up and watch these matches on my feet rather than trying to look through a camera? Want to do that for the rest of this one, Matt?
Sure, Ira.
Let's get some blood in our legs.
Yes.
As Will Ragland. And dug up by Silva. Silva's gonna attack from the back row. Chance here for Chicago to add to its lead. And more Jacob Ostema.
Ostema's done a really nice job, as has Zachar Pasha, both of the middles for the Untouchables. Offensively speaking, scoring points at will and really doing a nice job with their block and defense as well.
So an 11-7 lead. Ostema with the short float nearly came over, and it won't matter whether it cleared or not. Will Ragland was there to shut the door.
Nice heads-up play there by Will Ragland to be ready for the overpass and clean it up, take care of business.
You having fun yet, Matt? Great way to finish our day.
A great way to finish the day, Ira.
And Long tried to go over on 2, sent back by Pasha. This time they looked to Harmon, stuffed back down, but right there was Long. And this time falls on the line, in, out. I thought that was in. I think Chicago must challenge this.
I think this is a good challenge.
I think that was in. I think that was in easily from my vantage point. A lot easier to see when we're on our feet, even if I have to look up 6
still
inches
have
to you.
A little bit of a lower view to the floor, so, you know, the angles and all, but.
Yeah. Well, sorry, some of us are not 6'7".
Uh-oh.
Wait, what?
Challenge is denied.
The equipment is broken?
As the challenge system is currently offline, unfortunately.
The challenge system is malfunctioned. I think we are saying there's technical difficulties. I'm going to go back and bet my rental car on the fact that that was in. But the Untouchables will not be able to utilize the challenge.
I'm sure Hertz will have an issue with you betting their rental car on something
Actually,
other than getting it back to them.
Actually, it was Thrifty, and they are not getting my business again anytime soon. However, if they'd like to sponsor the NVA, I will gladly rent from them again. Maybe it's just a bad experience in Phoenix. By the way, if anybody wants an adventure, I recommend not flying into Phoenix, renting a car and driving to San Bernardino after, climbing a mountain and seeing a baseball game. It's really an exhausting way to start this NVA third event. If you really want an adventure, try to fly into Long Beach and then beat the 405 traffic. That's where the action's at.
Travels with Ira. Trials and tribulations of getting to the NVA events from the East Coast if you're Ira Thor. And
I always get in early.
no one forced you to go climb that mountain and then go to a baseball game and then drive 4 hours from Phoenix to San Bernardino.
Myself, because you only live once, Matt. Got one life to live. You got to maximize it, brother.
YOLO, Ira. YOLO.
And that is bombs away for Cody. Cody McCracken draws Seattle a little closer. Still down 5, 14-8. Hopefully our challenge system is back up, because I feel as if we were cheated there.
As does the Untouchables.
They had a serving substitution, by the way, for Seattle. And it was Justin Momo, who is a Seattle, Washington native. He just served away, and he'll serve again. It's Moi Moi. I apologize. Listen, do you see the size of the font on this piece of paper, Matthew?
I do.
I am 45 years old. I should not need reading glasses yet to read it.
My eyes are okay.
That
I can read them
is
just
a size
fine.
1 font.
Get your magnifying glass, Ira, out of your bag.
All right, I'm going to take my phone right now.
Start acting like a professional.
And I am going to zoom in, not on my face. I don't need a selfie. Got enough of those. Oh, it is Moi Moi. Ay, yay. I botched that one, as that is sent too long, and the attack here pushes the lead to 16-10, and it takes us to our technical timeout, game 3. The Untouchables well on their way to their first win of the year. Seattle trying to do something about it when we come back. Back here courtside, Will Ragland to serve for Chicago, up by 6. Block back, that is covered by Moi Moi. Natali, roll shot. And I don't think Robinson got a piece of that one. That'll be a Seattle kill for Tenatali. And Cody McCracken will serve away here. And that is put away by Zachary Pasha. 17-11 is our score so far. Third set here in San Bernardino, the Inland Empire, on a beautiful late May day. It is Memorial Day weekend. And we hope you are enjoying this match and all of the broadcasts we've had all weekend long, wherever you are. It is 70 degrees, mostly sunny in San Bernardino. It's been a pretty nice day. Tomorrow will be nice as well, 83 and sunny. And you know, if you're in the local area, come on out. 4 matches for you tomorrow. And a chance to see some pro volleyball here and support the only professional men's volleyball league in the United States. So there is going to be a challenge to see if the replay system's back up. I think that's all that Andrew Lee's doing, just make sure our equipment is able to rebound quickly.
Sasquatch is challenging the call.
Seattle's challenging. I thought Chicago just wanted their turn to replay something that happened, 10 minutes ago. I still believe that ball was in. I'd like to go back and watch that on our own replay.
The power of technology, you can do that.
I could. I can go back and watch this match in 10 years if I want.
Yeah.
During the NVA's anniversary 15th season. So Seattle is challenging. If they win the challenge, this will be a 4-point game. Right now it's 17-11 Chicago. This would cut it to 16-12. Keep them at least within striking distance, but this is going to be a huge heavy lift. Seattle was largely non-competitive in that second set. Here we get a chance to really take a look. And Patrick Bradley has seen enough to say Seattle has won the challenge, and we will replay it. So Seattle does not get a point out of it, but it does erase a Chicago point, and we will restart this. Cody McCracken will serve, and it will be 16-11. And after all that, McCracken misfires. So here's Zachary Pasha. Jacob Estema will return. And that will fall in.
Nice pass. Untouchables go quick to Estema once again. The 31 that time, scoring the point.
Silva, that's blocked back. Silva gonna get a second crack at this. And Noah Rachetti, sneaky over on 2.
No. Stemma once again, that time rattling it through the Sasquatch block and down for the point. Untouchables now at that 20-point plateau here, trying to close out this match in a 3-set sweep.
20-13 lead grows for Chicago. Why not another? An ace for the Untouchables as Juan Cotes gets in the ace column. And that's left short.
For the second time this weekend, service attempt falling just short.
That is blocked back by McCracken. Robinson with some hands, and Austin Neese too long. 21-15. Seattle still hanging around as Bailey get a chance to perhaps draw his team a little closer. 6'8" is Colton Bailey. Well, Ragland tools the block as the Untouchables get the side out. And here's Jacob Estema trying to draw the Untouchables closer to the finish line as they will earn their first win of the season after a rough start. Here's an ace for the Estema train. And Chicago, they have wanted this one since the day started and have given no reason to believe that they were going to be challenged. Chicago was unlucky, and they very easily could be 4-2 right now. Or quite frank, or 4-1, I should say, after losing 3 times in 5 sets. Only match all year where they were non-competitive was against New Jersey.
Match point, misses the serve into the net.
So 24-17. Moi Moi will try to keep Seattle alive here. If not, the Sasquatch will drop to 0-5 in their debut season. And Austin Neese will cap it off with a kill for Chicago. He'll finish in double figures. Ragland will finish in double figures. And Noah Ricchetti helped quarterback in offense today as the Chicago Untouchables, after some early season frustration, pick up the W today. Chapman train tomorrow at 12 p.m. Noah Ricchetti will be our man of the match, and I think that's fair, being that he helped quarterback a pretty even offense overall. It was mostly Ragland and Neese, but none of them carried the heavy workload today. Zach Pasha did a really solid job, Matt, of just closing off the net and also being involved offensively when he had the opportunities. But I think Ricchetti is a solid choice there. Jordan Robinson had a nice effort too.
It was a good, well-rounded performance by the Untouchables, but yeah, Ricchetti, quarterback in the offense, like you just said, the setter, is the man of the match.
And with our man of the match, we'll send it to the sideline. Noah Chast having a chance to talk to the Chicago setter.
Noah Ricchetti, our man of the match, is just, I mean, a complete dominant win. Everyone kind of clicking on all cylinders, but you were, like Ira and Matt just said, quarterbacking the offense. I mean, how nice is it to kind of have a game like that?
Feels really good, especially after we struggled a little bit last event. Really worked on the serve pass game last few weeks, and it's improved considerably, and I'm glad it showed here and we could use it pretty well. And when we pass, we can get kills pretty easily. It makes my job very easy.
And so you've had a few matches go to 5 and just never really go your way. Finally get that monkey off your back, get in the win column. How are you feeling as a team and as a leader?
Pretty relieved, especially first event. Both of those were 5 sets. Pretty defeated to do all that work and then not come away with much. So yeah, it just feels very good to actually get something for the work we've done.
And after a win like this, where do you think it can propel your team?
Really help us with confidence in the future. That's really the biggest thing, especially last event. Really lost some. Yeah, that's all I got.
No problem. Congrats on the win. Noah Ricchetti leading his team to a dominant and convincing 3-0 sweep over the Seattle Sasquatch. Matt and Ira close us out for the night.
Thanks, Noah. And Noah, as Noah got to talk to Noah, and the Chicago Untouchables got in the W column 25-19, 25-12, 25-17. They are 1-4 on the season. The Sasquatch, well, they will try to turn things around tomorrow. They are 0-5 on the year. A couple numbers to close us out today. We talked about the effort of Will Ragland. Hit 75%, finished with 12 kills and 16 swings. Nice on that final kill did get into double figures. 10 kills, hit 50%. Noah Ricchetti quarterbacked an offense, as we said, that finished hitting 62% overall, and he got involved himself, had 4 kills and 5 swings. So when your setter can get involved and mix things up, certainly makes it easier for everyone involved. Cody McCracken was the leader for Seattle, finished with 7 kills on the day, where they had just 20 as a club, basically half of the Chicago Untouchables effort today, and that is why this was a dominant victory for Chicago. Matt, your final thoughts on our final match of the day here today?
Well, congratulations to the Untouchables getting that first win of the victory, first win of the season, and we'll see if they're able to continue that tomorrow as they look for the quick turnaround, playing in that 9 a.m. match against Southern Exposure, who came off of a loss this evening earlier before this match, so expecting to see a very entertaining one to start tomorrow's action.
So here's our full schedule for tomorrow. The Stingers, Matadors, Freedom, and Tyrants are done for the weekend, so they will have buys. As Matt alluded to, the Untouchables, quick turnaround. They barely have time for dinner and a nap. Maybe a shower would be nice somewhere mixed in. They'll take on Southern Exposure at 9. Noon will be the Sasquatch against the Dallas Tornadoes. See Felix Chapman, now the NVA's top single match scorer, 36 kills, how he can build upon that. And then 3 o'clock tomorrow, Colorado, our other expansion team, they're 2-3 in the year. They'll take on the 1-loss Las Vegas Ramblers. Will finish the day 6 p.m. It'll be a good one. Battle of Southern California as the defending champion OC Stunners, coached by that guy, take on the LA Blaze as the Stunners look for a 2-0 weekend. And that will close out event number 3 tomorrow, Memorial Day, as the honor those who have fallen defending the freedoms that we have here in this country. And we'll be able to celebrate it tomorrow with 4 matches live here from the Pierce Sports Center as we say goodnight here on Sunday, May 29th, for our entire crew. And our sideline reporter, Noah Chast, and my partner, Matt Prosser, and we can't forget Nick England. I'm Ira Thor. Thanks for watching 4 matches on National Volleyball Association day number 2. Until we talk to you tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Pacific, be well, everybody.